listening to the Gettin Salty Experience podcast.
Hello! Away we go. Got my voice back.
Hey,
I didn't notice, but I lost my voice.
They don't know about that
days.
yet. Yeah.
3 days I lost my voice.
Wasn't
It was
so
a quiet
bad.
time. It was a quiet
AJ,
time.
my
Had
wife
night
was
off.
very happy about that. I can tell you.
I was very angry with him.
He hurt me with his words. I was very angry. Welcome back to the Gettin Salty Experience podcast. You know what I'm going to say, right, Ruth? It's the only one that brings the firehouse kitchen table to you.
That's not true.
There might be other imitators. There might be guys. You know what? I think it's time for a Coob's rant. Go ahead. Give it to him.
And away we go!
Unshy and unfiltered, ladies and gentlemen, this is Coobs' Rants.
Now you can pull up the pic. Pull up the pic. Louis happened to find this, to my chagrin. It says the firehouse kitchen table. So I just commented in National Fire Radio and I said, wow, that's so original. I wish I would have thought of that. And then I texted him and I said, hey, Jeremy, do me a favor. If you get a cop, at least give me a reach around. Give me something. All right? If you're going to rob my shit, give me a reach around or something. You know? Like, what are you talking about? Come on,
gosh.
bro. Come on.
He's got big calves. He's got big calves.
I actually like the big dope a lot, so it's hard for me to really get mad at him. But come on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
you're
saying?
not going to be mad at him. He's just not going to break his balls, though.
I mean, he seems like a nice guy. No, I've never
He's a
met
very
him.
nice
Maybe
guy.
you need a little of these. Maybe he needs this.
Oh, no, that's one thing you don't need. He's on a portly side a little bit, you know.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with us plus size brothers here. Come on now.
We just call you guys fluffy or
that's right.
Big boned.
Big boned.
Right. So anyway, so my buddy's out at No Fire Radio, or I ain't never seen No Fire Radio. It's the best form of flattery. So keep imitating me because I absolutely love it. And anyway.
Wonderful.
I might have to pick this stuff out of my teeth. Maybe.
Yeah, Lou, you want a toothpick while you're doing it? You just want to use your finger, you know. You got the long guinea pinky nail too. You might use your finger on there.
Back in the day, in the 80s?
Yeah. No?
Mm-mm.
You got white socks and sandals on right now?
Nope. I do have my sandals on now.
What kind? Let me see them. Are they your wives or yours? Let me see.
Puma.
Are those pink?
Oh, they're red.
They're red?
They might be pink. There's nothing wrong with that. I would wear them.
No, if you're into that. Not at all. No. So, Rob Procaccini, that's why I couldn't call you back the other day because I absolutely had no voice. And you'll hear it on the show that we did with Paul Hashhagen, which was amazing.
It was great.
The guy is a wealth of information. We talked about the horses back in the day, the hose lines back in the day, 3 fires in one night in 1909. What a great, interesting show. And me with no voice. I sounded like Pete Brady. When it's time to change. When it's time to change. Anyway, that's
Who do we got on tonight anyway?
He's a baller. We got the Chaunce in there, man. I thought it was
been hovering around me, man. I have to say,
he says, "Do we want fire stories?" He's got fire, and I believe the man. The guy's been in the busiest places around, man.
I mean, he really. There's been a lot of guys in a lot of busy places, but there really is very few that have been in the houses that he's been in. Like they might be in one of those houses, but to be in
all of them,
157 and 113 and 111, and you know, it's just incredible. Like,
yeah, he's seen a couple of fires,
maybe a few.
Is that good? Do we buff his nuts enough? Is he happy back there?
Is he laughing?
He is. He's chuckling back there. Yeah, he's got that little.
I want to hear a fire story, and this guy tells them. And they ain't made up fire stories like Jeremy does on National Fire Radio. They're actually guys who've seen fire. You know what I mean? So
add to Captain's, he really does love. He loves it. Like everybody comes on here loves it.
Right.
That's
but
true.
There's just a couple like that just bump it up a notch. This guy, I mean, he calls me all the time. He's always texting me like funny things all the time because he just loves. He loves it.
Does. So he's a couple of sandwiches short of a full picnic. So it don't matter. I still love the guy. It's great. I got so many texts on him too the other day.
Oh, I got a couple of birds
you
chirping.
Do? A couple of birds chirping. All right, let's get to our commercials so we can get him in here and hear some really It's coming up on Halloween. We'll hear really scary fire stories.
Yeah. All right,
Scary.
man. Here we go. A couple of messages from a couple of our favorite sponsors.
Established in 1930 and under the current ownership since 1987, the New Jersey Fire Equipment Company handles a complete line of fire department equipment and supplies. Headquartered in Greenbrook, the company operates full 3M Scott service facilities in Ridgefield Park and Toms River, staffed by 10 fully authorized Scott certified technicians with a fleet of 6 fully equipped service vans. All New Jersey fire technicians and sales representatives are active or retired firefighters, officers or chief officers, career and volunteer. They understand the business and the importance of their work. New Jersey Fire has represented Scott since Earl Scott entered the SCBA business at the end of World War II. Among other leading manufacturers represented by New Jersey Fire are Globe and Firedex Turnout Gear, Mercedes Hose, Task Force Tips and Akron Brass, Hygenol, Firehooks, Arctic Compressors, MSA Carnes Helmets, ChemGuard Foam, Alkalite and Duo Safety Ladders, BA Face Shield Protectors, Truckman's Choice Saws, Grove's Gear Racks and Washer Dryers, Supervac Fans, RPI, Streamlight, and many others. A New Jersey incorporated and based company, sales and service are limited to the state of New Jersey. Find us now at www.njfe.com. That's www.njfe.com.
Before we jump into the other one, let's get some shout outs to our peeps in the chat tonight. We got my girl Susie. I hope you're feeling better, my love. My main man, Rob Procaccini. Lou loves him because he's a hockey buff. Who else do we got in there? Jimmy Beecher, John Delmhurst, Pee Wee. I meet Pee Wee every year. Joe, what's his name? Molly.
He's always in the chat, Joe.
Dakota Gamer. Geimer's in there. He's always in there. And there's a new guy in there. I forget who the new guy is. They saw a new
Gaming,
guy
MG Gaming.
Mr. G Gaming.
Yeah.
Awesome.
First time on a live show.
We
Welcome to it.
Oh, look at Andrew Ielpi in there, brother.
Come on.
Come on. I remember you when you were whoop, whoop, whoop. So, all right, let's do another commercial. But before you do, check this one out, bro. It's the newest one. It is Leather Forever. Get over there to getsaltyapparel.com. Let's do the next one.
The next one.
It is a book that will perhaps go down as the Report from Engine Company 82 of our generation. They Saved New York, written by Glenn Uston and Dan Potter, a retired New York City firefighter, explores the men and women of the FDNY and their respective journeys into the department. From everyone, from firefighters on the fire floor to those who were in positions of command, such as lieutenant, captain, and chief, and so on and so forth, this book explores their stories, told through their perspectives. Each story differs, but the mission is the same, and the common theme is this: those that put their lives on the line to save their fellow New Yorker, no matter the cost, no matter the situation, whenever they were in need. Get your hands on this book today. You will not regret it. Written by, once again, retired New York City firefighter Dan Potter, and the concept and photography provided by the one and only Glenn Uston, a member of the Fire Bell Club in New York City. They Saved New York, the men and women of the FDNY. If you'd like to purchase the book, you can do so at theysavedny.com. That is, again, www.theysavedny.com.
Sweet. And Louie and I think both of us will make it. November 4th, we're doing a book signing with all the guys in this book. So if you want to come out and meet most of these guys, I got it from Jeff Cool. It's for the Joey DiBonato Foundation. It's the 4th. And it is Setauket Roof. Is that where it is? Or is it? Oh, Coram. Coram Fire Department, 303 Middle Country Road in Coram, New York. If you want to come out and meet all those guys, we'll be out there signing the books. I think my old lady's coming with me, so don't try to goose her or anything either, bro. She's hot.
You don't give her any hot breath on the neck.
Don't give her a hot breath.
She falls for that. She falls for it.
That's what she was giving me.
I was she was the one giving it. Yeah.
So be careful.
Oh, shit.
All right, let's bring him in here. We got anything else to talk about? Super chat, you know all about that. You want to talk to the guy who's been to more fires than Beelzebub? Then just give him a hit up in the super chat.
Yeah.
All right, Rough Eponymous.
All right, coming to the stage, second time around. One of our favorites, Captain Tommy Gardner. What's up, Cap?
I gave him a couple of horns. I gave you a couple of horns there, Cap. You're horn worthy.
Well,
You're in the buff
Thank
room
you.
there.
Thanks for the second shot, bro. I appreciate it. You know, the last time I was here, I had a ball, but I felt like there was a significant part of my story left on the cutting room floor. So
We don't
I
want to do
really
that to you.
appreciate the opportunity.
You know what, Cap? Let me cut you off a minute because we forgot. We got to do the pledge. This is a very patriotic show. I'm sorry to cut you off, but we definitely have to do the pledge.
All right.
Sorry, brother.
That's a video. Right here. All right, here we go, fam. The Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There we go. All right, Cap, the stage is yours. Wherever you want to start.
Well, I guess last time you were breaking my balls for fire stories, and I didn't have any. I made shit up.
Listen, why let the truth get in the way of a good story?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Make sure you start every story with, and there I was.
Yeah, it was a cold and wintry day. All right. So the 255 is my company. I'm not talking about a job that I was at, but it was a really significant fire for a few things, and I will crystallize. Everybody here, everybody that's listening knows that there's like everybody on the fire ground has a significant role, and do it or not determines how your operation is going to go. So this was a fire around the corner from 255 on Farragut and 3-3. There was Chief Jack Hodgins was a lieutenant, 157.
What year are we talking, Cap? Give or
Like
take.
80s?
90, 99. I never worked with Hodgins, but I worked with these other three guys. So 255's got a line stretch in charge. Mark Merrill's got the nozzle. 157, Hodgins and Mike Cunningham. I'm not sure who else was there, but they forced the door. They're in the apartment, O-type, multiple dwelling, 4-story, multiple dwelling. Fire vented into the courtyard. These guys got a line charge. Mark Merrill has got it operating. And all of a sudden, conditions changed dramatically, like untenable. Everybody that was in the apartment, Merrill is getting burned as he's operating. Guys are coming out, Merrill is counting heads, getting burned, operating. Finally, he's assured that he is certain that everybody is out. He's got to go himself. George Johnson, who was control at the time, he sees that everybody's rolling down the stairs. He advances to the nozzle, and the nozzle is still operating. It's still open. And everybody that was in there, Merrill is burned, severely burned. Johnson makes it to the nozzle. Now, there's a tremendous amount of heat that he's having trouble advancing the line. And Johnson, I break his balls all the time, man. He's a fucking one-trick pony. This guy, I think he put out every fire in Brooklyn, and maybe a couple of details too. But he gets to the nozzle. He starts operating. He's getting his fucking brains beat in. And all of a sudden, he feels there's fucking hands on the side of his face. And with that, he's able to advance the line, get to the back wall, and the fire goes out, right? Everybody's out in the street. Johnson still doesn't know whose fucking hands were on the side of his face.
Protecting his ears?
Yeah. Yeah. That was Jimmy Morgan. Jimmy Morgan, who was the boss of 255, got up on him, put his hands on it because he said, and I'm talking to him. His face is, I talked to him a couple of days later. His face is fucking dripping. And he's talking about, listen, I knew if I was having trouble, then Johnson was having trouble. He gave up his own face to fucking protect Johnson for the mission of man and me, right? So I'll tell that story every time. Every time I hear somebody that wants to hear a fire story, that's got to be like one of the top 5.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And
Well, 255.
after that fire, Merrill went to the burn center. Johnson went to the Irish Circle in Rockaway, and Morgan ran a marathon. Morgan goes to the Irish Circle. He gets fucking hammered with Johnson, and then they go to the burn center and they fucking break Merrill's balls because they couldn't get to the back wall. That's the kind of job. That's the standard. 255. These guys, nobody was surprised that these guys did that.
I was just going to say that, Cap. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, just knowing I work there, I know those guys, their face and their ears, everything's going to melt off and before they bail out or any of that stuff. Somebody's.
I'm proud to know those guys, man. I'm proud to know those guys. And like I said, man, everybody, there's so many guys on the fire floor. Eddie Diatri, George Johnson, man, named Eddie Diatri. I think he was working in Squad 1 that day. But
balls to the wall guy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And again, that's pride of the company where I made my bones. 15 years, 255 and 157.
That's how long you were there?
15 years, yeah.
Holy shit. Those are dog years too, man.
Right?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Those are dog years, bro.
Yeah.
And they were doing the same amount of running the whole time? Like
yeah.
Growing all the time, every year, right? Getting more and more and more.
For real. And and you know what? We did it. You mentioned Tommy Valbona. We worked with Tommy Valbona. I worked with Jack Pritchett, Stanley Fona, Jerry Collins, Warren Callan. There was so many solid guys.
You had Schweiger man over there?
Schweiger, yeah, he came in later.
Yeah. How about Fish?
Fish was there before me. Like, remember they tell the story, getting out of Proby school, find that fucking senior guy, follow him around, So my first day there, I checked in. I wasn't working, I checked in. And I see Fish. I go, that's the guy. I got to follow that guy. So the next tour I'm working, he's working. And I'm following him around. And we get on a rig for a run. And he's wearing a fucking orange patch just like me.
No shit.
Yeah. He got on a couple
Billy Ryan was there too, right? If I remember right. Billy Ryan was from there, right?
Billy also came, like him, Quinn, and Schweiger were in that same picture, man. That is so cool, that picture. Because
Thank you, Michelle. Have that picture with the chief, the captain, the chief Quinn,
Billy Ryan,
and Billy
and
Ryan.
Schweiger.
There's 4 of them in that picture.
What are you paying this guy for?
I know, right? We had so many pictures of you.
Who said we got to pay him?
The captain did send like 7,500 pictures.
Right. You got to be more specific of which one that was.
There's 4 guys in the picture.
Like
that one.
There you go.
That's it.
That's Billy Ryan. Yeah.
That's love, man. That's the love you give, bro. It comes back to you.
Schweiger.
The love you give. I can't. I love you.
I love the denim jacket. That's what I'm like. I like the denim jacket on that.
Yeah.
So just from that picture. So Mike Schweiger went to Rescue 2. Chief Quinn went to Rescue 2. And Billy went to Rescue 4.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, he went to Squad 1.
Oh, he went to Squad 1 first.
Yeah.
Shit.
That was it was an honor. It was really an honor to work with those guys because when you're, when you're in that position, like I won't say, to put a leadership position, right? You follow guys around, and these guys were very attentive. They wanted to talk all night, and they were picking up what there was a group of guys with my kind of time, and we were very attentive to the young guys, bring them up right, and then watching them in turn pass their,
bring up the next crew. Right? Yeah.
Hey, Patty Lee says he knew. There you go, Patty. I knew Mike when he was 5.
Yeah, well, Mike's father was in 124 forever. He was a senior guy in 124, Schweiger. And I worked with Jimmy Schweiger, and then there was the other Schweiger went to 132.
Yeah.
So they have a big family.
He started at 148.
Oh, did he? Danny.
Yeah, the other guy.
Danny.
Did was the Ielfi's son there in 157 when you were there?
Say again?
Ielfi's son, his youngest son, was he there when you got in 157?
I was at it.
He was in 255, 157? I thought he was in 214.
Yeah. No, Johnny was in 214.
Oh, yeah.
His brother was in 157.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon, yeah. He was there. I worked there with him too.
And now he's in R2, I think.
Yeah, he went to rescue too.
Yeah.
I forgot about the other Brandon.
All right.
Brandon, I think. Brandon.
Yeah. What about who's the guy that I came on with 1-157? Billy Raw. They call him the handsomest man on the job.
Billy Raw, yeah. He's another very very attentive. Like he got some close love from Chauncey. Chauncey gave him some love. But he's also, I think he's a marshal now.
I think he's a supervising marshal now.
Yeah. Wow, great guy. He was friends with the DiBernardo family.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And
that's how he got over to 157.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun working with him. He, at that time I was on the way out.
What's the next 5 story, Cap?
Melted eye shields is the best nozzle job ever. So this last one wasn't the best nozzle job. This one is.
No. So listen, this was Pritchard. I caught these 2 jobs with Pritchard. So there's learning points if you're a student of the game, you'll pick that up. But for melted eye shields, I just met. I was pretty new with my relationship with Pritchard, and I still hadn't, his reputation precedes him. I still hadn't caught a job, like that kind of. You catch a job with somebody, the bullshit goes away, right? Not that there was any bullshit with me and Pritchard, but it's a defining moment when you go to a job, and whether the guy's a jerk off or not, you go to a job together. You see the guy different out the street,
Yeah, especially if it's
one way or another.
The real deal, Holyfield.
Yeah. So anyway, we get a job pretty close. Now the details that I'm going to tell you, I was thinking about this. We go to a job. It's Newkirk and like 2425, and 4-story, O-type building. We run up 2nd floor, fire, apartment door is unlocked. We get in, there's a fire in a room right off the door, right off the entrance. Pritchard says, stay here. I had the can. So him and Mike Foy are searching the apartment, and I'm there. And it's fucking square. It's square. And I got a can, and I'm hitting it with the can, and it ain't doing dick, and nobody's telling me anything otherwise, so I'm staying there. Now I'm thinking, as long as I can hang here, they can search. You know what I mean? If I can't hang here, then the concern is, or how much time do we have here? So I'm hanging here, and I used the can, the fucking nozzle in the can melted. So I never told anybody this part of the story, except for Mike Quinn years ago. But I'm in that fucking door, and I ain't leaving as long as I can fucking hang. And all of a sudden, I don't know why it happened, but I started barking. And like that, bro.
Nobody was ready for that.
Coops just shit his pants.
Like that.
Scared me.
Like that.
Probably scared the fire out too, bro.
That's all I had. I still don't know why the fuck I did it. That's all I had.
Did it work?
He fucking shot.
So now this is between us.
Yeah, and the 1,000 people watching. But go ahead.
Yeah.
So that was it. I melted my eye shields. I fucking burnt the can. I burnt my hands a little bit. Pritchard was so proud of me. I told him I just wanted to make an impression. And the position, I got my orders. Stay here. So, and the best nozzle job, again with Pritchard, we go to a fire down Day Hill and below McDonald, extra truck. 148, 147, and we go down as an extra truck. Private dwelling, fire, throughout. First, second, attic. We get there as an extra truck, and Pritchard jumps off the rig, and he runs down like his cute little helmet's bouncing, and he's got his cute little, and he runs, and all of a sudden he turns around, and he goes, stretch a line. So 281 was right out front. We stretch a line. As we're going past the chief in the street, he goes, hey, you're not squad. And Pritchard says, yeah, but we got a line. And the chief says, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So what's the teachable moment? What's the positions for an extra truck?
What do you mean?
Whatever the chief wants, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So Pritchard, when the guy says squad stretch the line, he wants a line, right? So we go in there, and there was fire on the first floor. 281 had knocked that down. We're looking for stairs up. We're fucking all I'm hoping is I'm praying that nobody's fucking beats us to that stairs. We get to the fucking stairs. I'll never forget this. The paint
is melting.
It was like leaves on fire. Crazy. And I'm sitting there looking at it. We got a charged line. I'm looking at it, and Pritchard goes, are we going to put this fucking thing out? And, oh, man. Fucking second floor, 4 rooms, up into the attic. It was nuts, bro. It was nuts. It was the best fucking nozzle job I ever had, and I was in the truck.
Tank, that's not a shed fire, bro.
No, it's not. Not a shed fire.
So
not a double wide fire.
So
either,
Capt,
bro,
So Capt, Chief Pritchard is in the chat,
and he has a question.
He has a question for you.
Yeah,
he is.
He said, "Ask Tommy about the time he got his balls burnt."
That was it.
Was that the job?
The show. That was the job. You got your balls burnt.
Tell him, when the fuck are you coming on here, bro?
I call all the time. You don't pick up the phone, for crying out loud.
You don't write. You don't call.
You don't write. You don't call. That was the same job?
Yeah.
You got your balls burnt.
Yeah.
It
was nuts, man. It was a fucking crazy job. He
No.
went to the burn center.
Did you go to
He
the
went
burn
to the
center?
burn center for that.
You did?
No, he did. He
I
was
was
there
gonna
for
say,
2 weeks in
who
the burn
attended
center
to-
for 2 weeks.
Who attended your nuts there? I mean, you're like, this is where it's burnt over.
I don't tap out.
I like it.
So this is another one.
I forget. I remember that guy,
Mikey Kelly says he went to Flips with you, and the new lieutenants for the company office at the Rock. He says, when you come into the classroom, you have your eye shields. Your shields are melted, right? And the guy from Squad 1 says something like, "You got to be kidding me!" And then you go, without skipping a beat, "There's nothing like first do work, bro."
That was fuck. He was a Staten Island guy. Last name began with a Z. I should know that. But yeah, man. He was a swinging dick until I said that to him. So,
hey, sometimes you got to knock them back a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They believe in the hype.
Dude, I asked for 5 stories, but these are the best 5 stories
That's
ever.
pretty
bro.
funny. I like
get
I like
better,
the little.
bro.
I like
They
the
get
paint
better?
chips. I like the paint chips. I've seen paint
Paint
oh,
chips.
for real?
I like
I'm
the
telling
fucking
you. Like
Zizzolo.
Zuzzolo.
Whoa.
The guy
Is that
says
his name, Cap?
Zuzzolo.
It was nuts. It was like Hollywood.
You know, he's not hearing me. Hey, Cap, the guy said his name was Zuzzolo with a Z.
No.
Squad? No, it's not it.
No, the guy was a tree guy. He was a tree guy. I think he was a helicopter pilot, a tree guy.
Kazolka.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Look at Mike Kelly pulling out his
knows
ass.
everybody, man. He knows everybody. Elvis knows everybody, man.
He does. I haven't seen Elvis in a while.
Zazuka.
Thanks, Paul.
Zazuka.
Suzuka.
All right, so what do we got now? The 111 story? Are we ready for that one? Or you got one in between?
Wow.
111.
First thing I want to mention, two guys that I met up in the 6th Division, up in the 16th Battalion, 6th Division, 16th Battalion, Chief DiBernardo and Chief Donnelly. Two gentlemen, two guys like when I went to see Chief DiBernardo when I got assigned to the 6th Division. I was sitting across from him, and he's looking at my sheet, and he says, "You were in the Navy?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "What'd you do?" I said, "I was a BT." He goes, "Don't tell me." And I sat there for about a minute, and I was, he said, "Don't tell me." He wouldn't let me tell him what a BT was. He's a boiler technician. But
sounds like something,
Yeah.
I was a BT.
Bomb technician.
Yeah.
No, I worked in the boiler room. But yeah, what a gentleman. What a gentleman.
Yeah, he's got some good
Chief
fire
Donnelly in the
stories,
16th Battalion, Frank Donnelly, he liked to talk about Brooklyn. He liked, what a gentleman.
Is that Tommy Donnelly? Is he related to Tommy Donnelly?
I don't know.
Oh.
Frank Donnelly, Francis. What a gentleman. All right, so you know what? I just want to put this in your ear about on September 11th. I was thinking about all the civilians that lost their life because they wouldn't pass somebody that was lying in the stairs. So there was hundreds of them, and I had that thought in my head the other day. 111, Steve Garrity brought me into 111, and on September 11th, I was at Hancock Street, and I listened to Steve Berube. He was just recently retired. Steve Berube is fighting for his life. Keep him and his family in your thoughts and prayers. I was at a fire on a vacant. I was brand new, assigned lieutenant to 111. And on Halsey Street, there was a 4-story tenement.
O-shaped.
Yeah. Boarded up. So fire on the second floor. We're going to fucking open this thing up. We're going to go in there. We're going to do what we do, right? But as soon as we pull the door, we pull the board down, I stick my head in the door, and the staircase from the lobby up to the second floor is down, right? And as soon as my sense is that this ain't happening, that's a structural member. There is however long this building. So I get on the radio, Chief Travers in a 5-7. I said, 111 Battalion, this is an outside operation. Punto. Like that. Everything goes outside. And I was my first fucking job as a boss in 111. And I'm like, I don't know what to think. I don't know, I'm fucking eyeballing everybody because, that was I guess, defensive mechanism. And I'm eyeballing everybody, and nobody's giving me any fucking shit. Like everybody knew. Everybody knew this was an outside operation. And I, one of the greatest things, the professionalism in this company in 111 is, I'll take that to the grave.
That's a tough call, that, Cap, to do that your first job there.
That's a tough
call.
That's
Dude,
the
I
point.
would have thought 18 guys would have been giving you the hairy eyeball when you went out there.
I think Ray Strong was there.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
But no, like it was, it was good, man. It was good because anybody that went on that second floor, it was questionable stability. So, all
right.
Picture
of him. There you go.
Yeah.
Some boys from what?
Mike Trezor, Vinny Nisi, Kevin Pafitlik. You see that?
Oh my God!
Chris
Look how young
Hagan.
he is there, man. Holy
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah, right. I taught him how to break balls too.
The most important thing.
He was breaking my balls about something, and I go, "Oh, you want to break balls, bro? I invented ball breaking." They still break him and Hosey still break my balls.
Ah, shit.
So Macon Street, right? I learned something. Brownstone, fire, second floor, fire parlor floor, and up, right? Bobby Spellman was the chief in the 3-7. He's out in the street and he's getting fucking solid information that there's people in there. And he's going to me, Tommy, they're in there. Tommy, they're in there. And I get into the fucking parlor floor and I see bunk beds. Bunk beds on the parlor floor. Like fucking wide open space, bunk beds. How the fuck, So now he's saying, Tommy, they're in there. I see bunk beds on the parlor floor. And now we're going front to rear. We're looking for who's ever in there. Nobody. And then all of a sudden, I get a report that there's 2 kids in the top floor rear. Bobby Morris Sr. was the boss in 2. Paulie Solman was working. So we get, now I'm like 2 kids, top floor rear. Joe Lennon in the rear, setting up for life-saving rope rescue. Tommy Cleary in the top floor front finds a woman DOA. And I'm thinking, I didn't fucking hear a word. And I'm asking guys that I trust, And I talked to Mike Donovan. You know Mike Donovan. I talked to him and I said, how the fuck did I miss that? How did I miss that report? And he said, because you weren't supervising the search. How the fuck do you supervise a search? You're in there fucking searching. How the fuck do you supervise a search? And I'm thinking about it. And all of a sudden, it occurred to me, well, how am I going to supervise a search? I put the tool down. I put my Halligan down, right? So now I'm going to be less looking to be a fireman and more.
You're totally focused on everybody else, right?
Yes, sir. So that did give me a better sense of where my guys were, because I wasn't thinking about this. I was thinking about them. And that helped me.
Interesting. Well, that's always the case. Once you're engaged in something, you can miss a lot of reports on the fire ground.
Yeah.
When you're totally, no matter what you're doing, you know what I mean? You're searching, if you feel like you're getting jammed up, you're not going to be paying attention to anybody, what they're saying. A lot of times you're just going to be trying to.
And you know what, man? There's so many teachable things, if you're able to break it down, like that's what the kitchen table is about. That's what the kitchen table. You make sure everybody's okay. You make sure all your tools are ready. And then you come in and drop a pot.
Drop a pot. Drop it while it's hot, bro. Drop a pot.
And then you talk about it. And I learned this, you be the first. If you're the boss, you be the first. If all right, you ready? I'm going to tell you a story. Young fireman, rotated. I went to 147. I did a 30-day detail in 147. We go to a fire right next door to 240. And oh man. So we get there. First due truck, nighttime. Running up the stairs. Fire is going in the rear. Good body of fire in the rear of the second floor. I guess it was a tenement. And all of a sudden, I'm up. I'm finding Pudgy Walsh was working in 147. Donald Haid was working in 281. So he was Lieutenant 281. No, he was Lieutenant 147, but he was
Working at 281.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, we're up on the second floor. I'm last, right? I'm last. And all of a sudden, I hear a lot of commotion in front of me. And make way. That fucking, they got somebody, and they're taking this person out. And now, all of a sudden, I'm on the fucking fire floor alone. And what they tell you in probie school? You'll never be alone.
Alone.
Right? So all of a sudden, I got too much time to think. And I turn around and I'm going back down the stairs because maybe they just forgot that I'm up here because I'm alone. And as I'm going down the stairs, it's shitty, you know, as I'm going down the stairs, somebody's coming back up and says, "You got somebody?" And my head exploded. I realized what an egregious move I made, and I was crippled. You know, I was waving at it. We go back to the firehouse, and the lid was off.
How much time did you have at this point? Less than a year.
I was a probie.
Yeah,
I was a
that's
pro.
what I mean. Yeah.
You do your probie thing, and the lid was off. I said that.
Yeah, possibly.
And everybody's sitting around and they're talking about the job, and you know everybody's doing because it was exciting. It was exciting. There was people that were pulled out, and it came around to me, and I was like, he told me.
You're going to be alone
on the phone. And I got a fucking group hug, man.
Come on.
And the reason why do you think the reason was?
because you were honest.
Because I wasn't fronting anything.
That's it, man.
I really did. I told
Oh shit!
So anyway, all right. Let's get back to.
I like how you went back to that. That was pretty good.
And critique yourself first, man, because you're giving everybody else an opportunity to share. You know what I mean? And that's what helps. So I always do that. I always try to do that myself. You know, and confrontational. I know we discussed this the last time. You know, I've been accused of being confrontational, but I think you get a tremendous amount of feedback from being.
When you cry at the kitchen table,
that shit sells. You know, you may be good for one time.
That's it. One and done, baby. One and
I
done.
was trying to find the Godfather thing. You're gonna act like a man. That's what you do.
It was developmental.
I think it's good, man, that you did that.
You think that shirt would sell?
All right, keep that between us. All right?
Yeah.
Hey.
We'll keep it down.
Secret safe right here.
So I get promoted to captain out of 111. Oh, Lou, you asked me something before. I was on the list when I got the spot in 111. You know, I wasn't studying to get out of there. And actually, I got some feedback from guys that were saying, well, why the fuck did you take the spot if you knew you were going to get promoted? And I said, you know, you didn't have the spot. You didn't have a chance, bro. I would never, ever pass up an opportunity to fucking work in 111. You know, but I'll also tell you the truth. Not for 1 second did I consider turning it down. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys now turning down promotions. And not for 1 second did I think of that because, you know, I was studying for my family. I was studying for longevity. I was studying, you know, to stay busy. I wanted to stay busy. And that's what, you know, the 3rd Division taught me. Get the fuck out. Tactical training.
I had just asked somebody about that because we were talking about Liam turning down Chief.
Well, you know what, man? When the first guy that ever turned it down that I knew was Bobby Morris Sr. I was up in 28 truck, you know, and that's a nice place. Man.
Yeah,
that's a really nice place. So he was the captain there, and he wasn't getting promoted. He turned it down. But yeah, for whatever reason, But I was there, like I said, I was there for a cup of coffee, and I loved it. I learned so much. I learned how to be a boss there.
How long were you there, Cap?
What's that?
How long were you in 111 for?
I covered for about 6 months, and I was there for covering sign for about 3 years.
All right,
decent amount of time.
Yeah, well, like dog years, right? Look.
Yeah, I don't know if 111's dog year. 255, 290 is definitely dog years. I don't know. 111 probably that's a little cozier over there. The truck. They run around,
what the
right?
fuck you saying, Lou? Lou, I don't know.
That's what you're saying.
I don't know. You see the hand there?
Stand there.
All right, so let me get to the rock now. Now we're we covered the shit that I wanted to go back to.
Okay.
And yes, sir. And the tactical training, man. When I got there, this was shortly after Black Sunday, So when I got there, they were doing the drill, was unconscious firefighter removal. And that was the drill, bro. That's the drill that everybody was doing. There was a couple of guys that were beating the drum, and that was the drill, and everybody bought in. But nobody was fucking thinking about the 6 guys that jumped out the window and why they did. So there was a lot of engine considerations for that on that day, aside from Rich Galfani, right? That was a horrible day for us, and that was a horrible day. I had. This is crazy, bro. I was doing the education day, and we would talk communications. We had for the first time that I remember ever, we had the audio for that job, the 178th Street fire. It was nuts. Listening to it. It was like a regular job until like the last 2-3 minutes.
Yep.
Like nuts.
I must have watched.
So I'm doing education day, and we're doing this communications drill, and I got 103 in the front row, 42 engine in the front row, and that's about as tight of a line that I walked, as an instructor on this job. It's really, really fucking hard to talk about a job that you weren't at, right? It's exponentially greater to talk about a fire that you weren't at, where guys got fucking killed, hurt or killed, and it was always my intention to learn, and ask and engage, Will Downey was working. He was in education day, and he shared, man. You know what I mean? He stood up and shared. 42 engine, the boss from 42 engine was at this fire. He seen me, we met outside, and he says, I didn't know where the fuck you were going with that, bro, but you did a good job. And that's one of the greatest compliments that you could get as a tactical guy. Like you thread that,
Yeah, it's a tight line.
Yeah, and I very fine, and I appreciate it, But listen. So unconscious firefighter removal, that's the drill, and I did it for 2 weeks with these 2 guys. You're an assistant or whatever, backup. What's the word I'm looking for?
Assistant.
Yeah. So you're standing.
Safety officer in case somebody runs out screaming or something.
Well, you're right. It happens. So anyway, I am after 2 weeks of doing this drill, I'm up. I'm going to give my first drill. right? And there's, you're thinking the process is, you sat on the other side of that this line, right? Who the fuck is this guy? Where is he from? And why is he giving me this fucking drill? So I'm thinking about that before this. And I'm thinking, okay, you got to establish your credibility, right? You got to establish your credibility. So you sign up, you say, hey, how's so-and-so? Yeah, that guy's a fucking great guy. Or
That is funny. You definitely do that.
Yeah. So you get all that done and then say, all right, fellas, all right, ready to go? How you doing, fellas? My name is Tom Gardner. I'm a captain covering in the 15th Division. Well, I made it back to the 15th. So I'm a captain covering in the 15th Division. Bro, what we're going to talk about today, and then I see somebody that's kind of looking at his watch or, whatever. I say, bro, do you need to be convinced that what we're going to talk about right now is a matter of life and death? Because I'm that guy. I'm that fucking, okay, all right. And then we do the drill, and it was fucking great. Everybody's in. Nobody gets a pass. The senior guy is in. The boss is in. If you're old, you're in. So
if you're old, you're in.
Yeah. Everybody's in. And and then afterwards, you have that 5-minute breakdown. Everybody's okay? All right, what'd you think? Yeah, everybody's good. Listen, man. You don't want to fucking come to the Rock. You don't want to come to the Rock for nothing. I got a 290 story. You don't want to come to the Rock for nothing. This is, you're leaving your first due area to come up here. You better get something. You better expect something. You tell them fucking Gardner told you that you expect a fucking drill, right? Quick 290 story. 290 comes up. And I see, I was in stock. I'm on the roof. We're in a confined space. I'm getting ready, for the next group of guys coming. And I'm watching this exchange. The tactical officer is kind of waving at him, like, yeah, you just signed the paper, like that kind of shit. Respect the drill.
Yeah.
So anyway,
the drill.
290 ain't hearing that.
We're doing it.
They want to fucking drill.
I
was like, I was beaming. Because they didn't need to be told that. They didn't need a refresher.
And out of all the companies, they're probably like 1 out of 50 companies that don't have to, theoretically, that they're practicing it or doing it somewhat.
Yeah.
But they
all
still
right,
want
so I'll get to respect the drill then.
Respect the drill.
Because this is huge, man. This is huge. And I'm sorry I didn't get to it last time. But the drill that I told you, and we wanted the problem I had in 76 engine, and we went to the Rock, and the guy was, he just signed the papers and you go. Cap, you just, I said, nah, man, we need a fucking drill. He wasn't picking up what I was putting down. Like, he thought that I was going to the Rock and gonna fucking and leave, and nah, we need a drill. So now I'm an instructor, and you know what, man? I'm having some fun, man. I'm making an impression. I'm having some fun doing it, and I'm hearing, there's a gaggle of guys that are saying, I got to get the fuck out of here. Another guy saying, who's coming out? Maybe I'll call them up and tell them to fucking, they don't have to come, Like I said, the rock guys, it's got a bad reputation. Some guys are just fucking hiding. Some guys don't know what the fuck they're doing. Some guys are they should get the fuck out of there. But I said that, we were sitting around the table, and I said, bro, you got to fucking respect the drill. And I got their attention. And I said, listen, if you don't fucking own this drill, if you don't fucking tell these guys, this is why you're here. This is what you got to do. This is what happened. If you don't, the consequence of not doing this is this, and this. So don't waste your fucking time. Don't waste my time. tap out if you don't want to fucking come up here because you're going to get a fucking drill. Tap out. That's a joke. Don't tap out. If you want to come up here, you're going to get a drill. You can expect to get a drill from me. That's where you're going to fucking see this. Respect the drill. And it's stuck, you know? It's stuck. And
so then you spray painted it on the wall? What'd you do?
What's that?
When did you spray paint it on the wall?
Oh, that was in when I got lifted from the rescue school.
Oh, by the way,
For the second time.
Talk about it. Tell us about it.
pull it up. Pull a picture up.
Yeah.
That was
So you've always had this moniker of respect the drill from way back.
Yeah. I got it when I was in the fucking 3rd division. You know, when I as soon as I got there, and I was. We're gonna get into another thing, but when I was one of those guys at the Rock, I was not gonna be one of those guys. I was gonna be different. You're gonna fucking remember the drill that I was involved in. Now, can you give a drill like that and not be the subject matter expert? Not a trick question, fellas.
What was the question? I didn't hear you.
Can you give a drill and not be the subject matter expert?
Sure, why not?
Right. That's the answer. That's a big fucking answer. And you know, I'll get there again, but I actually got involved. Oh, unconscious firefighter removal. Everybody's fucking, you know, everybody's got their own thing, right? That's what guys were saying when they were coming up. We have something. We do something. We got this. I was talking to one guy. He says, yeah, he's going to fucking hook onto their PSS and he's going to drag them out. No, he's going to hook onto their mask and he's going to drag them out. I said, wow, you're going to do that whole thing by yourself? He says, yeah. I said, what if you're fucking going up the stairs and the stairs collapse on you? What are you going to do then? Now you're a whole pile of shit that everybody's going to have to try to get out. I said, what are you going to do? What are you going to do if you're working in a lights out scenario? You're working and somebody comes up to help you and they don't know your system. They don't know. They're going to hand you something or you're going to hand them something. They're going to know what the fuck to do with it. I said, there's a reason. There is a standard, and it works. You know, there's a reason. So understand that's the reason why they're trying to develop this. All right, everybody's going to get an idea on how to package. You can have your company, you could have your technique, you could have your procedure, but you may find yourself in a lights out scenario working with somebody from another company, and you don't know, they don't know your system, you don't know theirs. That's the reason why. Curriculum development, right? I was involved in developing a water resources drill with Richie Gleave, who was the captain of 47 Engine. He and I worked together up there, and we started this drill, started putting this thing together from the changes that came down, engine operations changes that came down subsequent to that fire on 78th Street. You know that there was pro pressure governor.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There was pressure
Volume.
Pressure to volume. Yeah. There was augment yourself. Right? There was crazy things, man. Engines used to augment themselves back in the fucking 50s and 60s and 70s, you know, and we got away from that. You know, maximize the hydrant. I used to say, okay, fellas, listen, it's a beautiful day today, but it's a fucking cold winter night. And what's the chance that you show up at a job and you're the only good hydrant on this fucking ticket? Now, if you don't fucking think about setting up to augment yourself initially, you ain't going to be able to do it, right? You hook up a line, as soon as you realize that you're not getting enough, you're not going to be able to augment yourself after the fact. So doing it initially, there's a couple of other things that I check with Merrill. Merrill's a fucking guy. You get water from a rock and he'll burn to death before he leaves you. But so that drill. Oh, that was another thing. So with everybody's doing the package of firefighter removal for Scalfani, right? That's a big thing. What are the chances? Ray Scheibel, Vinny Fowler, Richie Scalfani, right? What are the chances of you coming out alive if you were to become lifeless in a fire? What are the chances?
Below grade.
They almost pulled Fowler's gear off him completely. He was almost naked when he came out.
Yeah.
So
and it's one flight.
That was a private dwelling, one flight.
Yeah.
So not good.
Yeah. So the idea is, Ray Scheibel. They also found out that Ray Scheibel hadn't had a medical in many years. So that's the way we got annual medicals. Ray Scheibel, Vinny Fowler, and Rich Scalfani. So, all right. So everybody's doing that. There's no fucking doubt that has to be done. And it has to be done on a big thing, on a large scale. But there's also the issue with engine operations. I am not a subject matter expert by any means. I wasn't a chauffeur in the engine, my best nozzle job was I was in the truck. So my respect for all the positions. One of the things that Merrill used to say, you fucking come in the next day and there you smell the firehouse. The firehouse smells like you guys got your brains beaten, like everybody's fucking smiling, but they're fucking all shitted up. And Mark would say, who asked, who had the control? Nobody fucking asked you if you had the control. But how important is the position?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like, can one guy change the course of a fire? Can one guy change the course of a fire, good or bad?
Hell yeah. One
guy, right? So everything you do matters. You picking this up? Everything you do matters. And, and if you don't do it, if you don't get it, you better fucking you better own up to it, or you will be confronted. So, all right, water resources, Richie Gleave, tactical peers. Developing curriculum development, right? That's the way this shit happened with me and Richie. We had an idea. Me and him start talking about it. Okay, we go into the kitchen. The kitchen, one of the things great at the Rock, the kitchen at the Rock, was I could break balls again. When you're a boss, you can't break balls with the firemen because you're not part of the show anymore.
You ain't lying.
At the Rock, you could because you were among your peers. So you got an idea, you put it up on the table, and what do you think? You're bringing everybody, and they'll say something, and you crush that, or they'll say something, and I'll go, wow, I never thought of that, right? So if your idea is still standing after everybody had their way with it,
good idea.
Absolutely. Right? And then you can build on that. So that's what develop the ideas, invite the input, invite the challenge, break balls, right? I got a good story. So
listen, I want to put it out there. Last time you were on, we didn't get to the squad. I want to make sure we have time to get to the squad.
Well, you gave Espo 3 hours.
Well,
you gave Espo 3 hours.
He's the big cheese. He's the big whiz.
He can't do anything for you, bro. You gave him.
He's the big whiz.
Big
man. The big.
What a gentleman.
I can't
believe. Bobby Turner, Eddie Kilduff, John Esposito, Tommy Richardson, and Nigro. They said they did the whole thing without cursing. How the fuck did they do that?
I don't know.
I don't know, bro. I can't fucking do it. I'll tell you that.
But they did. They did. And I wish I could, Chiefs. I wish I could be better at it. But all right. So I'm a rock guy, right? And between drills, you do 3 drills a day. And between drills, I used to love to walk around and check on the probies. Even if I didn't know anybody, I'd love to walk around, eyeball. You know, that's the future of the job, checking names, asking guys, the instructors, eyeballing the instructors, you know. Anyway, Chris Wheelahan's son, Matt, is in the probie class. So I track him down, you know. I'm doing the mega drill, and I'm waiting for the next company to come out, and Matt's company shows up. All new probies, they're in ranks, they're out. So I'm outside. Can you see me?
Yeah.
I'm outside, and I said, Wheelahan! I see him brace. I said, get out here! He comes out, and I go like this. I grab him by the shoulder, and I said, nobody fucks with this guy. It was great. I hope he got his ball pro, but that, you know, he went to 248 too, and
that's a good spot.
Richie, it ain't 255. So Richie McCabe got him there. Nice job, Rich. They 248 loves me. They're just breaking balls. We want to talk about 309.
They love you guys.
So, all right.
I gotta get on track here. Hold on. Are we up to the basement job with
Well,
309?
that's what I'm saying. We're not getting into the squad. I know it already. I could see it.
Let's get to the basement job with 309. That's what I have next on the list.
Oh, Education Day.
We're going back to 255.
No, it says basement job with 309.
I was a captain. All right. So day tour, Saturday, fire, Canarsie Tenement, right by Avenue U, Kings Plaza.
Scary.
Shit pumping from the eaves, right? Occupant at the front door. Says it's in the basement. I got my guys. I'm in 309. The truck went upstairs. I open up the door to the basement. Bam! It's there. Fire's in the basement. Got enough line. We go down the stairs.
That's 2 in the front, 3 in the back.
Yeah. So it was fucking hot. It was crazy hot. And I can't find I feel like I'm in the box, you know. I can't find I'm looking for that way in. It was in a room adjacent, but it's just hot. You just feel like I'm a fucking oven. And it was actually the hottest I ever been not moving, you know, either moving in or moving out. And all of a sudden the guys start talking about, you know, lighting up behind us, you know, they're burning. They don't know Chauncey, so there's not a relationship, you know, we hadn't developed. So I go, all right, let's reposition the line. Right? How fucking tough is that?
Impossible.
How
up
tough
the
is
stairs?
that?
Up the stairs?
Up the stairs.
No.
Up the stairs. At the top of the stairs, we got the line, and we're fucking got the stairs. Rocky Jones was the chief in the street. I go out and I said, you got to get a line in the rear. The line in the rear in the basement. Okay? That's where the fire is. And I couldn't explain it to her, but I said, you got to get a line in the rear.
Cap, if I remember right, those stairs that go to the basement, they go forever, right? It's not like 10 steps or 5 steps.
Nah,
out?
it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't. Was that?
Nah,
That goes to the garage, doesn't it? Go to the garage.
It goes to the front. Yeah. It was stairs down from the back to the front. But anyway,
Back to the front. No, this was different.
all right. So, you know how fucking hard it is to maintain that position at the stairs. I got Keatley. Fucking Keatley comes up. A couple of guys, but Keatley was one. I said, he goes, "Come on, guy, get downstairs." I said, "Who is this?" He said, 157. I said, "Who is this?" He said, "Keatley." I said, "Shut the fuck up, Keatley." Jesus. I hope you watch that. I love telling you. So anyway, the line goes in, flies out. I'm in the street. I'm fucking mortified and I'm burnt. Like I got that tan, you know. And and again, I got that, you know, that eyeballing everybody. I'm mortified, you know. And all of a sudden, Woody comes up to me. And he fucking, like, right up in my fucking grill. He goes, "What the fuck happened down there?" I go, "Bro, we went downstairs." He goes, "You were down there?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Say no more." You know, like that kind of trust, bro. You can't fuck it. That's fucking golden, man. You know, that's golden. I talked to him today. I know he's trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah. He's limbo.
Yeah. But, you know, I passed that on, man. And
he's a senior man now there, right?
He is.
Yeah. He's
Did he remember that? Does he remember that story?
Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. So listen. So what is missing? This is the lesson here, and I think Chauncey had something to do with this, right? What is missing besides from the truck? What is missing in the basement with Chauncey trying to find that fire engine?
You're talking about the one you were just at with 309?
Yeah.
What's missing?
So thermal imaging camera, right? So I'm talking to Bobby Adonis, and I said, you know, I knew Bobby actually before I got into SOC. I knew he was into. I said, "Bob, man, if I had a thermal imaging camera, I know I would have seen where I was supposed to go. I know it." And you know, about a year later, everybody got it. Now think about this. I was told by somebody that they expect, if I was working in an engine, they expected to see me at the top of the stairs when they showed up because they were going to take me to the fire. I said, if you fucking think that I'm going to be sitting there waiting for you to show me where the fire is, I'm going to quit. That's fucking bullshit. So, you got work to do. Oh, man. I got another fucking story.
Not the 113 one.
No.
What?
Really? Nah, all right. We'll keep going. We got to get past the pockets, right? We got to get to the main body.
Come on, let's go, man.
All right, 113 relieves R2 on the line.
Wow,
okay. Wow. So listen.
You're a rat at this point.
Yeah, I am. And I know Hershey doesn't want to hear the story. But
whole family's rats.
Fuck you, Hershey. So we go to this fire. This is great. We go to this fire. It's like a supermarket, and I forget where it was. Linden, Rockaway, somewhere down that way. 113 is second due. We're working on there's fire in the basement, fire on the first floor. We're working on the first floor. All of a sudden, Chief Cartwright, Wayne Cartwright is the chief, calls everybody out. And Now 113 is out, and all of a sudden I see Danny Murphy. He's in Cartwright's ear, and he's negotiating, and all of a sudden Cartwright gives him the nod. So 2 goes in the basement with this line, and I say, Joe Coffey, Rescue 2, Joe, you gotta fucking back me up on this. I say, get your shit squared away. Everybody get ready. So I went over to fucking Cartwright, and I was like, I was right in his face. I wouldn't let him turn away. If he turned left, I fucking went that way. And I said, Chief, we're ready. We're ready to go. We're ready to go. We were going to back him up. We were going to back 2 up, right? They're going. I know that there's somebody else in the back that. So I said, that's us, Chief. That's us. We're ready. We're ready. Danny Murphy calls for relief. We're right there. I said, Chief, that's us. He says, I think he just wanted to get rid of me.
Well, you're in his grill.
113 goes in the basement and fucking relieves Rescue 2. That was awesome. It was so fucking cool. And I was never a hater. It wasn't about that. But the whole thing was, right? Be ready. Be ready. Extra truck, whatever the chief wants. If you're a truck, whatever you see, opportunity presents. Be ready. Be ready for it. Because it's not going to be an afterthought. We were ready. I was advocating for my guys. That's what we do in fucking squads and rescues, right? You're advocating for your guys. And I got right in Chief Cartwright's face, and I wouldn't let him look away. And that's the story. So fuck you, Hershey.
Was there still fire?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Listen, Danny Murphy, I swear to God, man, I say it all the time. I say it all the time. When you ever you got a problem and you're thinking about what to do, I always say, what would Danny Murphy do? So
what would Murphy do? WWMD.
He was great. He covered all place for a while when he, before he got 176.
Yeah, he's the man.
And yeah. He's the
He
kind
won't
of
come
guy
on the show, Ruff. Can't get him on.
That?
Can't get him on the show.
Maybe now. It's been a while, but he said that he watched it. But
tell him
Tell him Georgie was on it, bro.
And he said this. He told the story, and maybe he wants to fucking challenge it.
I heard that Chauncey took a line from you. Is that true? Maybe I can embellish a little. You know what I mean?
That was so.
Chauncey said that you dropped the line and ran out of the basement,
screaming like a little girl.
All right,
I don't know. That's what he said.
Listen, I got to get to the 1060, bro.
All right. Where is the 10? Oh,
yeah.
That you said that's the basement job at 309 1060.
No, 1060.
I'm just reading what you got there. It says basement job.
I told you
309.
you're wrong.
You're wrong.
So
come on,
I'm working a 110 surplus tour. I'm working a lot of 110.
Right.
I knew a couple of the guys. Bunky for 248. Sammy Asphalt rotated through 255. And those were 2 lieutenants in 110. I think I relieved one of them. We're in there. It's a night tour. We do the roll call. We do the riding list. We do the roll call. Talking about the meal. Or we get a run down Park Avenue and one of those streets that cross underneath the
BQE.
It looked like there was fucking incredible amount of mortar, like white cloud. And there's a guy on a corner, and he's doing the Frankenstein. He's doing this, and he says, and this is one thing that Pritchett told me. This is one thing that Pritchett told us. He says, you'll know when it's not bullshit. You'll know. And this guy goes, she's right there, right inside the door off the corner, 1-story taxpayer, adjacent on the 2 side, 4-story vacant, brick, completely fucking collapsed, curtain collapse onto this taxpayer. The guy was the customer, The girl was the counter, and he got blown out the door, and he was fucking gone. He told me she was right there. So I go in the door. Danny Murphy's brother-in-law was working at 110. So anyway, I forgot his name. I'm sorry. I step in. Now I'm looking because I confirmed she's there, right? She's there, right there. And I get in on the first, on the front, and I'm going down. I'm looking for there. I'm trying to find there. If there's anything that I can do, anything I can shoot there. That's all I was thinking about. Now I get to the 1-2 corner, right? And I'm thinking I'm going to shoot down that way and see there. And all of a sudden, the chief gives me, the chief calls me on the radio, and he says, "Whose building is this?"
Whose building? It wouldn't be Roofies, I can tell you that.
So
it's Refranos.
I just said it wouldn't be Refranos, that's for sure. Because you don't do buildings.
Holy shit, that's freaking hilarious.
Yeah. But I don't like, I'm like, I wish I could have seen my face. And all of a sudden, before I even answered it, there was a fucking
secondary?
The light bulb exploded, and it scared the shit out of me. You're hypersensitive.
Yeah, you're already thinking things are going to come out.
Yeah. And as soon as that fucking light bulb exploded, I would have, if I said anything, it would have been screaming like a girl. But
somebody said Mike Brown is Murphy's brother-in-law.
Yes, he was there. Mike Brown, O'Donnell, this kid O'Donnell. So it's actually pretty cool. I go down the 2 side. I can't find there. So I go, all right, let's go. We turn around, and as I'm going back the same way I came in, I bunk heads with Jimmy Sanders. And I said, "Jim, she's right there." And me, O'Donnell, and Brown hopped out the window, and we were sock support, like we were helping too. Anyway, Haid was there, and he was trying to fucking get us to clear out. And I said, "We're helping, Chief. We're here. We're helping." And I told these guys, I said, "Listen, if anything happens, jump in," because there was these ice cream freezers that was supporting anything that came down. And that was, if you try to outrun it, you might not make it.
Right.
They didn't tell me I was nuts. So I think
Did they find a girl?
The what?
Did they find a girl?
Yeah.
They did.
She was right there.
She was there.
She was right there.
She was there.
Dead. Was she DOA?
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Bro, it was legit. And I was the first guy in the fucking,
What does scratch pad mean? You got a whole bunch under the scratch pad.
Nah, that was like the first. That's what I sent you.
Yeah, I know. But I'm reading off of.
Right. So, all right, you fucking guys again. You're moving me along like this.
I want to ask you something.
I'm going down the list that you sent me.
Somebody asked me to ask you this question. What does 10-8 send mean?
That was another 1060 that we didn't go to because I didn't send the 10-8. Bro, there was a fucking 10-8 on Flatlands and Flatbush. There was a 1060 on Flatlands and Flatbush. Collapse, right? We were at a water leak on Ocean and like Glenwood, and
brothers never forget, huh?
Oh, well, yeah, everybody's got to be known for something, right? So
I'm trying to find my little birdie.
So that's the last thing on there, right? I have Warren Fuchs is character witness for me, but I hear the 3-3 give something like fucking like
Scary.
crazy.
Yeah.
And I get on the radio and I say, listen, 3-3 just gave something. And then 30 seconds later, he gives a 1060, right? So I say 3-3 just transmitted 1060. All right, go 10-8. And this was like, we just got the MDTs. So I went 10-8 and I didn't send it. But I should have been, you know, I like what I know now. I should have said, we're going. You know what I mean?
And you couldn't get on the radio because it was all
We
shit.
never went, bro. We never
I'm saying,
went.
if they never sent you, then you just figured they weren't sending you, or
Listen, what I know today, Lou.
yeah, right. It's easy. It's
You know?
easy to look back now.
But
I got a question that some guys want to ask you here.
go ahead.
All right, hold on a minute. I know you have an outline, but could you please ask him what was more favorite part of his career, being a tactical instructor or starting a new squad company?
He said, wow.
The starting a squad company was
Or being a tactical instructor.
It was unlike anything. It was unlike anything. I love being a tactical instructor, but being a plank owner, you know, you guys say charter member. A plank owner is a Navy thing. You know, a plank owner is the crew, the first crew to commission a ship. So we're plank owners. And and at that time in my career,
Well, I'm just saying what this guy said. The last time he said being a tactical instructor was the best part of his career.
nah,
men
that's
working-
fucking Bedell. That's Bedell.
And the men working in the firehouse.
Listen to it, you fucking retard. Listen.
How'd you know it was him? Could love that
He's-
beat.
You know, hey, Will, you know how many times I fucking watched that? It's got to be 100. And I
That's why I wanted to come on again, because he
like
can't watch the same
game
shit.
film. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't looking, I wasn't marveling at myself.
Yeah.
You know,
I
that's
got you.
why I called you back, man. I said there's so much I missed.
Oh, that's
But
funny,
Bill,
man.
I never said the.
Bill,
I
come
said
on,
one
Bill.
of the. Every time I said.
What do you
one
want from a
of the.
270 guy, Cap? What do you want
Come
from a
on.
270 guy? I mean, you should
I
expect.
got a
you know?
10-7. I got a 270 story, but you guys ain't gonna let me.
No, we got to get to. It's already an hour and a half. I want to hear some squad. I want to hear you starting the squad. Let's go. I want to hear how it was.
How about this? Squad 8, we cover the building.
Oh
Whoa.
Whoa.
no. My first. What about SOC? Listen,
All right.
Rescue 4. My first job in SOC. My first fucking fire in SOC. And everything I've been hearing, like, yeah, no more first due. No more first due. This fire, I was the first one in the fire building. Fire upstairs. Now, my first fire in SOC. I'm in, 154 comes in behind, and now I'm trying to stay off the radio. You know what I mean? Like I stay off the radio. So now I see 154's got it in hand. It was just one room, half, it wasn't really a lot of fire. But I go, all right, man, it might be a good time to like mosey down. Everybody in 4 is out by the chief. I walk out there. I check. Everybody's good. Not winking and nodding. You give the chief winking and nod. And we go back to the firehouse. Everything's squared away. Guys sitting around. That's where I realized how much I love that table in the back of the rig. That's a great place to fucking sit. And I said to him, was anybody looking for something from me that they didn't get? You know what I mean? And everybody said, no, we're good, Cap. I said, I can do this shit.
I was doing it, Steven.
Because, like I wanted to be able to develop. I had to develop that separation from first due. There's nothing better than first due work. Nothing better. But if you're gonna be in SOC, you gotta develop into into a bigger, seeing a bigger picture. All right.
I was doing it.
Rescue 3. Go to a fire. We show up. Chief's in the street. There's units throughout, and Chief's in the street says, "Tommy, you going in there?" I knew him. We got promoted to lieutenant. He said, "Tommy, you going in there?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Make way for the rescue!" That was fun.
Goodness.
All right. 270. I had I called myself a legitimate badass, and they still fucking like me. So we were talking about fear, the element of fear, and putting your hands on a lifeless fireman, and expect. And one of the guys says, "Fear is not an option." And I said, "Listen, man, I'm telling you, no matter how fucking tough you think you are," I said, "I'm a fucking legitimate badass." And that was the fucking scariest thing that ever happened to me in my life. And that was, great company, man, great company. They coalesced around that. Anything that I wanted to do, they were in on. That was another thing. Everybody that I went to, in the 12 companies throughout, everywhere I went, I was treated with respect. There was no dumb questions. I was not technically proficient. So these guys were that. I was told by Paulie Solman, "Officer, don't go in the hall. Boss, don't go in the hall." And that was generally speaking, like you're not going to go in the hall. So you have to develop your skill set, knowing that you're supporting that. You're gonna advocate for your guys. You're gonna protect your guys. You're gonna make sure that they have everything they need to do their job, right? Delegate. And I learned that. In SOC. I learned that from everybody. I went to fucking take me around the rig. Everybody take me around the rig. I didn't say everybody, but they all did. Open up compartments. All right, so I say, what are we doing if we get something like this tonight? And they would say, invariably, get us in the game, Cap. What do you expect from me? Get us in the game, Cap. And I got that. I can advocate. I already developed that relationship with the chief. It's just a different tune now, right? And I'm going to fucking tell the chief. All right, chief, this is what we're going to do. We're going to stabilize the scene. We're going to stabilize the patient. We're going to develop mechanical management. We're going to get him out. You're good? And he's going to go. We're good. And I'm going to turn around and look at you, and you're going to go.
We're in.
We're good.
You got it.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's it. I'm doing my job. I'm advocating for you. I'm getting access to you, and you're gonna fucking do it. You're gonna do whatever it needs to be done. And that was one of the things that I fucking saw in my late years to go through SOC, to cover everywhere, bro. I was citywide, man. I got a chance to work with some of the most talented fucking guys I ever met in my life. And any of the haters, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Don't be a hater. And the 252, man, I was working when Kingsland got fucking lit up by the gas tank. I was working. I did a lot of squad work in 288. I did a high angle job, 1019 high angle. 1019 high angle. Off the fucking roof, a 20-story building, off the fucking roof, and Smithwick didn't kick my ass. Oh, by the way, if you see Smithwick, tell him I'm going to kick the shit out of him.
Yeah. You tell him. I ain't tell him.
You better be in like Arkansas.
He's already in his car.
He'll track you down.
He's already in his car.
Yeah. I was going to say, he will track your shit down.
I was kidding. I love you.
I'm only kidding, Mike. I'm only kidding.
I love you. I just saw him at Garrity's plaque. Yeah. All right. So I was
Squad 8 stories.
I was working when collapsed. The corners collapsed when Jimmy Brady got blasted. That was nuts. All right, train ourselves. I'm going. The Mega. No, this is another thing, bro. For real? I'm getting ready to retire, right? I'm getting ready to retire.
So you passed the Squad 8 stories already?
No.
Now you're retiring? You're already retiring.
I'm going to retire.
Oh.
I'm going to retire. And Richardson, who's the chief at the Rock, he says to me, "Oh, listen, before you go, I want you to do this engine drill." So I got it, Chief. And he starts throwing names at me. And I says, "Chief, I got everything you need. The only thing I'm asking you for is absolute autonomy over who." He said, "Done." So I got to pick Mark Merrill. I called Mark Merrill. Said, "We got this opportunity. You're in." He said, "I'm in." I called we got so many guys to do this engine drill. And you go, how often do you go to the fucking Rock and there's an engine drill? Like, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Everybody loves a truck. Everybody fucking, and I love everybody. I love everybody. Louis, like you said, bro, I love this job. I love it. I love the guys that love it. I
love the guys who love it.
Yeah.
That's a good line, too.
It is.
Yeah. All right. So
we got a lot of bits we can save from this one.
Jesus Christ, I've been writing them down. All this guy
Write
says.
that one down. I love the guys that love it.
Yeah. So listen. So I went after I got I did a surplus tour in one truck. I went for a rekindle. This is teachable. This is not just telling a story. This is a big point. We go one truck. We go. There's a top floor fire going right up the block from 18, right in the village. We go extra second alarm. What's up, Rose? We go. It's my cute little dog here. All right. So we go, and the chief, I get the chief in the 7th Battalion, McCarthy, is a gentleman. So he lets us go up. And I got a probie working with a hook, and we're pulling, and I feel like I'm taking this guy through an awesome demonstration, right? An awesome exercise, tactical. And everything starts to break down. This chief is okay. We walk out. We go back to quarters. Wake up the next morning. Somebody asked if we went to that second alarm. I said, yeah. He goes, no. The second alarm. I says, yeah, but that's what they call it, bro. And what in fact happened was there was a rekindle that went to a second, and we didn't get invited back. So I was the last fucking guy. I was the last guy out of the fire building, but we didn't get an invite to the second one. So I called up the chief the next day, and I apologized profusely. And you know what this guy said? He said they were breaking his balls because he didn't leave a watch line. And he said, a watch line? That means I don't fucking trust my guys. And I was like, I almost started crying because that's his guys, own it. These are your guys. And that's exactly what this guy was saying. So now I'm thinking, who's the fucking guy that says this job is over? This is the teachable point. Who's the guy that says it's time to go? Like, the end.
The chief.
Chief.
No.
Who?
The fucking engine boss. The engine boss.
He tells the chief. And then
Yeah.
He tells the chief.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
does.
So now the
It's
engine
good.
boss, he's the guy that says,
It's good.
engine chauffeur, shut it down. He's that guy.
Good point.
Right?
Yes.
So you got a 5-year engine boss. This is part of the mega drill. You got a 5-year engine boss and a 30-year truck boss. And the engine boss sees that wall is still the baseboard. He sees that ceiling is still there. What is the 5-year engine boss going to say to a 30-year truck boss?
Looks good.
He's going to say, I need that. Hey, Cap, I need that. I need that down. I need that out. Hey, Cap, I need this floor up. Hey, Cap, I need that shit moved. That's what he's going to do. That's how important that engine boss is.
Well, that's what he should do.
That's what he should do.
But that's what was done in this mega drill. Like the mega drill, there was a boss and 2 firemen. The boss was with the boss, 1 fireman at the pump panel, 1 fireman with the stretch. It was fucking awesome. They're doing it now with squads. They're doing it right now with squads. But listen, man, I learned so much about engine operations, shit that I never considered before. And again, you know, I remember I got Woody involved in this. And I'm sitting with Richardson and, you know, going over the list. We're still developing the drill, going over the list. And Richardson's looking at his sheet and he goes, rescue 2? I said, 290. Done. So, like, he knew, like, you're 290 to the grave, you know, like, you know, it's that fucking impressive pedigree. And that's the reason why.
Look at the smile on his face. Look at the smile on his face right now. Could you stop, please?
I love those guys.
Yeah. But
love you, baby.
Listen, all right, now squatting.
Glad I'm off tomorrow.
Holy shit. You got like 6 minutes.
All right, ready?
6.
So real. This is real quick, right? I'm gonna thank some people. Jimmy Leonard, who was the chief of department at the time, he's the guy that started Squatty. Chief of operations, Tom Richardson. I don't know if they lined up like that, but I'm never gonna miss an opportunity to say thank you to Chief Richardson. Chief Esposito. Chief, how the fuck did you get 3 hours? These guys are fucking.
Wait a minute. If you take your 2 hours and change, combine them, you're over 4 hours.
Chief,
Bam.
put a call in. Let him know. Come on. All right. Malcolm Moore, Joe Callan, Joe Cunningham. Trust. Thank you for your trust in me, Chief Cunningham. Anybody tell you look like Opie, Chief? That's
does a little bit. Does a little bit.
He does, right? He's got that handsome boyish look. He's never gonna lose it, man. He's a young. He still wears fucking flip flops.
Yeah, he's a young looking dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like the ones Louis have on right now? Those flip flops.
Better ones.
I saw him at Berube thing. That was impressive. That was an impressive night. All right. So all you guys, I appreciate your trust, man. And the guys that back me up, you know, the people that knew me, that references that you were referring me without me knowing it. All right. So there was recruiting and poaching. You know, that was a big thing. You know, nice. We had to go. They originally said we needed 8 guys. We got 4 guys, and now 4 guys from the command. You know, the poaching. I asked fucking everybody I knew. I was asking, you know, because I knew there was a lot of fuckers that lived in Pennsylvania.
Allegedly.
Yeah. So the selection process was nuts, man. You know, we had to interview 130 people.
Oh, shit.
And that was technical. They had to demonstrate technical proficiency, you know, life-saving rope, forcible entry, packaging, unconscious firefighter, communications. You know, these were all things that they had to do within a half an hour. And everybody, there was, you know, all the bosses, Malcolm Moore, and we sat there and grilled everybody one at a time, you know. The politics, you know I said this on the last one. Politics was nuts, man.
Hey, Cap, let me interrupt you for a minute. What were you looking for as far as not so much?
I was looking for firemen, you know, and that's one of the things that I asked Smithwick. You know, I asked Smithwick. I relieved him in 270, and I said, bro, what are you looking for? What do you expect? You know, day one squad. I wasn't, I was still covering. This was, it wasn't just an idea. It was happening, And he said, fire. Day one, fire. And it kind of confirmed what I was thinking,
Right.
Because everything you do technical, you do in a huddle. You know what I mean? Like,
right, you're together with other people.
Yes. So
there's fail safes. There's all that stuff.
Yes. And fire. So that's what I was going for,
Right.
And one of the questions that when we were interviewing, there was 4 questions that we asked. Why now? Why you want to come into this company? Have you ever been to a fire where a Mayday? Oh, tell us your last fire. Why now? And Mayday. Have you ever been to a company fire where a Mayday was transmitted? Tell us about it. You know what I mean? So I wanted to hear if whoever had their chops. I wanted to see confidence. As we talked about last time, how long does it take you to size somebody up? You ask them 2 questions.
Where'd you work and how much time you got?
Yeah. And I would expect the same thing from me. And that's one of the things that I would do when I was doing the tactical. I was doing that. You establish your pedigree. You know what I mean? This is why. We're not going to dance around for a half an hour. I'm going to tell you where I'm from, why you're here, and let's go. Let's do the best. So that's what I was looking for, Kev. I was looking for firefighters first.
Right.
And then you demonstrate technical proficiency. That's great. That's a place to start. And when we got started, man, there was a lot of reliance on the 4 guys from squad 1. There was a lot of reliance. Billy, Eddie Cowan, and Sean Thomas were all guys that, Sean Thomas and myself came into the game pretty much around the same time, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Right.
Technical training, like all the training that we went through, awesome stuff. We did it from August to December. We went through everything, all the technical proficiency that we went through the course of our first 4 months.
Did you guys do the same thing that we did? We were an engine for like 3 or 4 months, and then we would do responder and roughly on Sundays, and then we would get trained up, and then on July 1st we became a SWAT. Did you guys do that too? Like, were you engine 154 for a while before, or you just came in and automatically you were SWAT 8?
Listen, I just figured it out why you guys want me. You guys are fucking giving me the bums rush because you want me to come back again. I'm out. I'm doing this 2 times.
I just asked you a question. I didn't want to give bum rush. I would have asked you a question if I wanted to bum rush.
So
I was just going to ask you this: you had to interview 130 guys to get 4.
Yes.
To get 4?
No, to get the whole 35.
Oh, that's what I mean.
To get 35.
Yeah.
And
Any
then
of the guys
we went heavy. We went heavy because we anticipated.
I thought you said you had to get
and we
out.
did.
Yeah.
One of the things that I really didn't like. I really didn't like being the gatekeeper in somebody's career path. That sucked because you see some really good people, really nice people. You know what I mean? But that ain't gonna get it done. Just because you're nice.
Yeah.
Did anybody stay? Kevin wanted to know from the engine.
Oh yeah. We had a couple of guys, but we had one guy who I love, man. I know he's watching. I know all his motherfuckers are watching. Joe Walsh. He's down in Somerville, South Carolina now. He didn't want to take the shot, so he left, and he's a fireman down in Somerville now. And I'm sure they love him. Stay true, Joe. All right. Candidates had a cut, man. And one of the things is, you're the captain. You can delegate authority, right? You can delegate authority, but never responsibility. So I could tell you, all right, you got that, you got that, you got that. And ultimately, I'm responsible if you didn't get that done or that done or that done. And rejecting the candidates, that was on me. I huddle, I would talk, we'd say, all right, so this guy is kind of weak here. So we press him a little bit, confront him, let him know that he's on the bubble. And bro, this was unlike anything I've ever been involved in. And like I said initially, nobody does it alone. Nobody does it alone. And you when you're standing alone, that's a lonely place to be. But telling guys that they gotta, there's one kid. I'm sorry if right now I forgot your name. But they could go anywhere. Anybody that didn't, they could go anywhere. And this guy went to 14 truck. And I saw him a couple of weeks ago, and he is so fucking happy. To go, I said to everybody, go, go far away. Don't be afraid to drive. When we're getting detailed citywide, because, we had 35 on the roster. Go, man, travel, get a good playlist. Fucking see the world, and that's I would take my own advice, 154. That was a tough thing, man. Because those guys were
That's always tough.
Yeah, disbanding a company.
Yeah,
it was different. It was different. Like I had a meeting in Fort Totten, with the brain trust of SOC, Malcolm, Esposito, Mikowitz, Downey, Cunningham, right? And I, I was getting yelled at a little bit, and I leaned in on him. I says, nobody's done what I've done here, and Esposito, Downey, Mikowitz were all in Squad 18, right? They all, and they were like incredulous. Nah, not incredulous. They were like, come on. And I said, well, you weren't the captain. You weren't the captain. So you're in a developing company, but you weren't the captain. And that's where, again, man, you could delegate your authority, but never your responsibility. So I had ultimately, that's why I'm sitting in this chair getting fucking yelled at, because I'm the captain. And that all goes to, rejecting, telling guys, thanks, but no thanks. I told you the story. I don't know if you remember the story. A friend of mine calls me up and he says, Tom, I got a guy. So, yeah? He says, yeah, he's a good guy. He's a great commissar.
Oh, I'll take him.
That's number one on the list.
Tim, did you really fucking say that? He said, yeah, I guess that was going too far. But so now it wasn't just what we were doing personnel. We had to build a firehouse. We had to build a rig. Billy, he had the responsibility of the rigs, the tools, the rigs, and he did a great job. He got it, made sure everybody was schooled on it. We drilled all the time, and the like I showed you that glass. That's part of the yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you that question, Cap. Is like you have to get an identity now, right? You have to.
Yes.
You need to have something that guys will buy into.
Yes.
So that
Yes.
And that's kind of what I
mean. And Todd Adams built that whole thing. He's one of the guys from Squad 1. Todd Adams built that whole thing. It's beautiful work, man. Really talented guy.
Wow.
And that's glass. That's etched glass. It's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
And right next to it is a huge engraved board of all the names of the plank owners, We
What was
got
the other thing with the 3 sayings on there that the captain was talking about in the pre-show?
Oh.
Yeah.
I got it right here.
learn it, own it, teach it.
Yep. Learn it, own it, teach it.
Tribus
Breslin-
Maximus.
Tribus Maximus, the greatest tribe.
Breslin tried to steal that from me.
Tried to glom it on you?
Learn it, own it, teach it.
There's a lot of that going around.
I did that. I was doing a buff thing, you know. By the way, fellas, I am looking for a job. So, I'm saying, you know, I'm working a room, kind of like education day. I'm working a room, and I said, listen, learn it, own it, teach it. And that's basically what you do, right? You're a probie, you learn it, right? And then when you get some confidence, then you own it. And then when you own it, you teach it. So that's a big thing, man. You know, that's a big thing, especially what's in the balance if you don't.
Did the guys buy in, Cap?
Yeah.
To what they were picking up what you were putting down?
There was, you know, like I found out that I'm an acquired taste. You know, I learned that.
I found
right?
the same thing about myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Who's
I learned
not?
that.
Right.
You know, but listen, Lou, these
Fred.
are all fucking things that I'm thinking of, you know? Windows of opportunity in our job. Windows of opportunity in our job. Open and close in seconds. Right?
Yep.
Seconds. Right? So you have to be ready. When you fucking get off the rig, you have to be ready. When you get off the rig, you know in seconds, right? So that's why you're fucking on the hop. Right? That's why you're on the hop in seconds.
How did you guys manage to hold on to turn it to squad 8 and not have to make it squad 154?
No, that was Leonard. Leonard gave us that name.
Really? They should have went to squads 1 through 7 and then 8, man.
Yeah. No, that was Leonard.
Yeah.
You know, he was a tremendous advocate. You know, he was a tremendous advocate. Cunningham, I fucking called him every day at 6:30. You know, walking in the woods with my dog. I talked to him, and you know, I knew we were good when he stopped picking up the phone. He said, "Okay, Grasshopper, time to go." So where was I?
Got
going?
a couple of picks. We got a few picks in the squad.
I got 2 stories. Two stories, squad 8 stories.
Go ahead.
Big. All right, because you guys are fucking moving.
What's this?
along.
This was a job. You said what job was this?
It wasn't really.
That wasn't a big job.
Anthony Lombardo. He found something overhauling. I think he made an observation of me that I did not pick up. I don't remember.
Wow, look at the shape of that guy.
Yeah,
That's
right.
his last job.
Last job, bro. I got it. All right, so you guys are breaking my balls. How much time do I have to tell this
You got
story?
like 6 minutes.
Get out of here, look. Come on, you gave fucking Esposito 3 hours. Nah, I ain't getting off, bro.
All right, give us the stories. Go.
So Melissa saved my life at this point. So we get the run 1075. We go out the door at 1075, make the right out of quarters, make the right on fucking Travis. We get to Richmond Avenue, second alarm fire through the roof. We get to the fucking job. I had like maybe 100 yards to get there. There's 3 lines stretched and operating. One in the basement, first floor, second floor. Fires through the roof. It looks like it's going to fucking light up the explosion. Private dwelling, right? So, and one of the great things about being a SOC officer is you don't have to tell anybody where to go. They know. I know where I'm going. So I check the chief knows we're going, and we cover the building, right? And we got guys in the basement on the line there. We got guys in the first floor on the line there. And Chauncey gets in there, and there's a log jam, you know, on the stairs going up, but I don't know how the fuck I did it, but I managed to pull myself up, and now I'm on the landing on the second floor. There's fucking 2 rooms of roaring. The fire through the fucking cockroach. There's a line at the newel post right there. He's putting out fire in the 3rd room. Nuts. And I'm going like, all right, let's go, bro. We got it right here. And one of the things that I'd say, like you can't push them. You can pull them though, right? It's a big thing. There's a big difference. If I'm pushing you where you don't want to go, but if I'm in front of you, pulling you, you're going to say, all right, he's there, I'm good. He's good, I'm good. And I got the guy, and he's got, I guess there's a packed staircase, and he's not hearing me, So I went from, this is the communication thing. My communication is totally shut down. I'm in fucking beast mode. All I'm thinking about is getting this fucking line and putting this fire out. Bro, fucking boom, 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 boom. Like that, right? But he ain't coming. And now I'm getting fucking, I did not communicate to my team that I needed help at this position. They didn't know that I was struggling with that. And I'm like, finally, I grabbed the guy by the mask. He ain't coming. We get called out of the building, and now Melissa was the chauffeur. I was so fucked up. When we get called out of the building, I was the last guy down the stairs. Chief says to me, Tom, is everybody out? Yes. I did the search. I assured him with my tone, my tenor, my eye contact, that everybody was out. And they start the outside operation. I can't get 5 steps before I got to take a knee. I was crushed, bro. That was like, that kind of put me, certain that I was on the right track for retirement. So I take a knee, and Melissa's right next to me. She's got a hand on my shoulder, and I get up, I take another 10 steps. I'm looking to go away. The whole fucking, like, everybody's witness to this. Everybody outside is witness to Chauncey fucking having to take a knee. Can't walk 5 steps before. And Melissa got a hand on my shoulder. I said, Melissa, I'm good. I'm good. She said, me and you, Cap. I said, Melissa, I'm good, really. Me and you, Cap. I fucking go and I find a private place to recover, and she's right there. I said, Melissa, I got to go take a leak. I went up to the bushes, and she was standing there like a Secret Service guy. Like, she wasn't fucking letting me out of her sight, And what is this telling you? What do you know about this? Well, you guys probably know. But 2 guys in the Bronx, Kenny Kerr from 90 Engine and Donnie Franklin from 44 Truck. How fucking proud are you that you don't want anybody to see you fucking struggling, right? Not just fucking old guys. Nobody wants to be seen fucking, especially by Hershey. He is some fucking. So nobody wants to be seen like that. And Melissa, she wasn't going to let me out of her sight. And Donnie Franklin, that's what he did. He walked away. He was embarrassed with his whatever state that he was in. He was fatigued, extremely fatigued, and he died. Kenny Kerr, same thing. He walked away. This is what I know about it. But never. I would tell probies, you don't fucking ever let anybody walk away. And Melissa knew this instinctively, and I appreciate that. And I told her, I said, you kept an eye on me, and I couldn't even get rid of you, man. I couldn't get rid of you. So my last job, okay, it was a day tour. We were second due. We get attached, private dwelling, frame, fire going merrily in on the exposure 4 side. It's just starting to take off on the exposure 2 side, right? What was happening when we got there, bro? I jumped off the fucking rig, and I got about 10 steps away, and I realized I didn't have my helmet.
Done that.
Yeah.
Most of the
So I
time,
was
if
able
you,
to recover
if you wear a baseball hat, that's what happens. You think you have your helmet on
I
your
was
head.
able to recover pretty quick.
Don't do that, Tank.
But now, but I get down there, and the line is going to the rear. And the first, and what was happening was that line was putting out like there was tables, like communicated to the building. And I saw that they were doing that. There was a basement apartment right there. So I was able to get into that room. It was, visibility was poor, but I was able to do a quick search there. And then I come back around to the front, and there's no line going up to the front. And Squad 8 stretches a second line, and they go to the exposure that's just about ready to take off. Now, they were questioning their actions, and I said, that was fucking awesome what you did. You saved the block. You saved the fucking block because fire was eventually fucking blowing in that direction. In a similar similar house across the driveway, right? So now I get up onto the steps, and the heat is non-negotiable. Like I'm not fucking getting under. I'm not doing anything. None of my best fucking tricks work. Non-negotiable. So now I'm waiting for the line. 158 comes up with a line. Now I'm waiting for that line, and I get fucking blown backwards down the stairs. And there could have been Chauncey's swan song, right? The whole fucking there was 30 guys out front. The deputy, so many fucking guys, right? I got witnesses. I'm getting fucking carted off, but I ain't fucking going out like that. And I ain't going out like that. So the only thing I'm fucking thinking about, I literally, Lou, 10 stairs down.
Wow.
Swear to God, ask anybody there. So the only thing I'm thinking about is I lost my helmet. The only thing I'm thinking about is getting my helmet. That's the only fucking thing I'm thinking about. And I get my hands on it. I get it on. I get to the fucking top of the stairs again. 158 comes up. And they got a charge line. The fucking nozzleman is going through the door and down the stairs. It was up and down. Down the stairs. And that guy has to go. I don't know. And that guy has to go, and the boss went with him. Right? So now I got the backup. And that guy still wants to go down. I'm going up and in. Like this guy had to hear. Up and in. Up and in. Up and in. And there was a little Brooklyn contact there. I thought I was back in the borough. But this kid from 158 put out 2 floors of fire.
Awesome.
It was fucking awesome. It was awesome. My last fucking fire, me and the kid from 158 put out 2 floors of fire. The guys in the attached, they saved the fucking block, man. That tactical decision was the fucking one, man. Because you don't know who's going. You got a reliable asset in the adjoining building, me, right? But you don't know if you come here, what's going to go there.
Yeah,
Are
right.
they going to be able to do what you can do?
Right.
So
Pull up that picture one more time, Tank, of his last job. Blown down the stairs at all, and he's still smiling. Look at him.
I swear to God, man, I wouldn't lie to you.
How many years total, Cap?
38.
38. How fast did it go?
You know why, man? I count the the beatings, you know, and I couldn't tolerate the beating anymore.
Right.
You know, I am too proud for that. But
so 38 in dog years, you're over
38.
100 years.
Oh, dude, he
Yeah.
did like 120.
fucking,
I'm telling you right now.
you know,
255.
no cop time.
255.
No
that
cop
is
time.
fucking absolutely 7 years per year.
Plus, I got 3 military, so that's 41.
But now you can go fishing.
Fuck fishing.
Come on. He gets it.
So
Now
you
you
guys
ready?
are ready to fucking kick me to the curb.
No.
Yeah, this is your old school tip right here, kid.
Here it comes. You got it ready?
Are you ready?
Yes,
ready?
the old school tip.
Always ready.
Wow.
Come on now.
All right, wait.
Do it. Get your
It's
drink.
parched.
All
You
right.
ready?
Hang
Here
on.
it comes.
Ready.
All right. So it's
It's time for the old, school
tip of the
of
day.
the day. All right, Cap, give it to us. You said this was
Send
the
it.
top one. You said you
best.
the best.
All right. It's been said, if I'm ever in a jam, that's the guy I want coming for me. Be that guy.
That's it. Short and sweet.
Yep.
Who's your
Be that
guy?
guy. Who was your guy? Right.
Jack Pritchett.
I knew you were
What?
going to say that, Newman. I knew it. Excellent. I think we got one more.
And
No.
then Schweiger.
Mm.
Yeah, Schweigerman's your guy.
He told me I had to say his name.
Ah.
I
All
love
right, Tank, before we go, let's do the old
Listen,
school
man.
health and
Again,
safety
look,
tip.
no bullshit. I love you. I love the guys that love this job.
Dude, that's my favorite. That's
I
you
wrote
wanna
it
know what
down.
I took out of the show. That's what I took
That
out
I
of the
wrote.
show.
I wrote down about
Really?
20 things. You guys
I
said.
love
Yeah.
the guys.
You don't even
This is
remember.
all the things I wrote down that
I
you
I
said.
love the job and the guys who love it.
I love it, man. That's great. Because to me, if other guys have bought into the same thing that I feel in a firehouse,
Yeah.
there's not a better feeling when you come to work where everybody is on the same page and then you get rewarded with a fire.
Right.
And that feeling, like you come out of the job, like you said, you look at everybody's a little beat up. It's freaking, there ain't a better feeling. You know what I mean?
Nah.
There really isn't a better feeling. You go home, like you said, you put on a pot, you talk about it.
Right.
And if you're so lucky to go to another one, it's even better, you know?
So I was thinking about this. I was thinking about this earlier. I've been thinking about this for a long time, but I was setting the table, literally setting the table for a great conversation. You know, like you just come back from your second fucking job of the day, right? Everybody's okay. You have the rig, everything's set. You know, and the things that you can talk about sitting around that table, man. You know, and that you will talk about everything. You'll talk about everybody. One of the things that I say to these guys, man, listen, man, if you can get past you, then you can start talking about other people. You know, whatever the fuck.
Gotta write another one down.
Yeah, write it down. I got sticky notes everywhere.
All right. Cap, nice job. Thank you for coming on again. It's always a pleasure.
Wait, we got to do one more commercial. Real
Yeah,
fast.
we'll do a commercial quick. Stand by.
Hey,
Stand by,
listen,
Pat.
last thing. Al Ronaldson, we're New York City firemen. We can do anything. He said it. He meant it. He lived it. Al Ronaldson, we are New York City firemen. We can do anything.
That was, what's his name said that too?
Semper Audacious. Semper Audacious. That's
Dennis Smith said
forever
that.
Yeah.
audacious.
Go ahead, Tank.
Yeah.
Play it.
The First Responders Center for Excellence is a not-for-profit organization dedicated to protecting the lives and livelihoods of first responders. Their education and research initiatives aim to bring greater awareness and understanding to the challenges to the health, safety, and well-being of firefighters, EMS personnel, and other first responders too. They are an affiliate of the National Fallen Firefighter Foundation.
All right. The old school health and safety tip of the night is physical fitness. One right for me. Physical fitness is critical for ensuring the safety and effectiveness of firefighters. Maintaining a healthy weight is important to prevent obesity-related health issues. So drop the jelly donut and get on the fucking treadmill, fatties. All right?
Fatty.
Now we can say thank you, dude. That was
Cap, you always come with a lot of vigor.
Oh my god.
You know, it's so
amazing.
funny.
I've got so many text messages from people. I love it. God, I love it. I'm glad I get to be here, man. How blessed am I?
Yeah.
And I got rocks in my yard younger than him, and he's still excited to talk
That
about
guy,
fires.
oh my god. I don't think that excitement ever lose. You never lose.
No,
that,
he will
right?
never lose that.
Like,
Never.
if you're driving somewhere and you hear the fire trucks, you're like, oh shit.
Nah, but
I checked the firewire.
yeah, 255 had a job today. I mean,
I
they
may
had
or
a
may
junk
not
yard,
have
I
a
think.
scanner. I don't know. Could be.
Yeah.
Might have been.
Yeah,
I don't know. So,
All right,
All
Cap,
right,
it was
guys.
always a pleasure, brother.
yes, Cap. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
man.
What do we have on?
We got Anthony Greco on Monday.
Oh, we got
That's,
Anthony Greco, the NHL
Paulie
Ranger.
Greco's son, who plays. He played for the Rangers for a game. He was in the NHL with the Panthers for a little bit. So we got him coming on to talk about his dad.
Oh, so Louis will be behind the desk.
Oh,
he's an NHL player.
thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Oh, well, it's our pleasure, Cap.
Yeah,
Great
the honor
story.
is ours.
I asked you for fire stories. You came up with it.
I'm still listening. I still
Dude,
think
he's
you
still
guys
got-
are trying to get me.
He's like, I got more. He's like, let's go right now.
I think
Bro,
you're
did you
trying
see
to
how
get
I
me
yelled at him and he cut the list in half almost?
back.
Well, listen, you know what we'll do? We'll call to the bullpen. We'll put him
We'll
and
get him
somebody
back
else
on. We'll get him on.
We'll put two guys on.
Stop! Will you stop?
Yeah. You
We
can
can only have
that.
so much, Captain.
You're not done.
You need to spread it out like 6
Do
months.
me one
a week.
favor, though. Do the bark again. Had me all scared.
Nah, I don't.
was
Look at Tank.
All right, guys.
fellas.
Don't forget, Louis. I'll
I
bring it
can't
up
wait to
next
watch this myself. It's gonna go. I'm gonna watch it 100 times.
time. Nice. Keep hitting the likes, too.
Game films, right?
Game
Keep
films.
hitting the likes.
All right, we'll see you Monday, guys. Until
All right,
then,
fellas.
stay low and go.
All right, everybody. We'll see you at the big one, man.
All right, much love, fam.
All right,
We'll
thanks.
see you on the fire floor.
All right, Cap.